Welcome to 5 Best Bikes, Cycle World's newest podcast about what are the 5 best bikes. It all depends on what we're doing that particular day. Today, I got Jeff Allen with me.
Hello.
Jeff, what's your deal?
Staff photographer at Cycle World for a long time, like maybe longer than I care to say. Probably 25 years.
25 years.
More.
And before that, you were doing what?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Because we need more credentials, obviously.
Yeah,
because 25 years as staff photographer is definitely not enough.
When I started, I worked at Cycle. I worked at Cycle World. I worked at Road and Track. I worked at Car and Driver. Been around a lot of magazines, a lot of art departments,
long time.
a lot of
Yeah.
edit guys.
You've been shooting photos longer than I've been working. So we just finished up issue 1 of Cycle World.
There you go.
And on the cover is Scrambler 1200 XE Baja Racer from Triumph. We went down to Mexico, Baja, and shot this cover on your expertise of knowing exactly where to go.
Yeah, well, we were lucky. We had very good weather. We had very good lighting.
We did.
And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And we got that day.
We got a shot out of it for sure.
Yeah.
So, but you are the go-to guy when it comes to Mexico. You go down to Baja all the time. You just got back last week?
Yeah, about 7 days ago.
7 days ago,
Yeah.
and we're probably going to go again in about another 10 days.
Yeah, about 10 days, yeah.
So,
I like it down there.
because of that, you being the Baja expert, we're going to do 5 best bikes on Baja. What are the 5 best bikes to take to Baja?
Okay.
So, the rules are, I've got some white gaffer tape in one of these drawers, hidden somewhere. Got my black Sharpie. We write down the bikes. We put them on the wall here. We add, take off as we go through the list, and we argue which are the 5 best. And we have a timer that's down in the corner of the screen that gives us 10 minutes to do it in. So it's kind of a pressure thing. So let's start the timer. Guests always get first shot, so fire away, dude.
So I'm going to come up with 5.
Yes, 5. So we'll just bounce them off each other. So give me your first one.
All right. Well, I've been thinking about, I think Baja and Honda sort of go together nicely. Baja did the original run down the peninsula from Tijuana to La Paz with Dave Eakins and Billy Robertson in 62, I think.
62. Yeah.
On the CL72. And I think it would be a good bike for that, although it would be tremendously easier to do it now than it was for those guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's kind of a cool exercise, but do you really want to be on a bike for 39 hours and 56 minutes?
It's like a traditional work week on a motorcycle.
Yeah, it's an entire work week to get there.
I think just as a perspective of what those guys did, yes.
Okay. Since it's the OG, we'll put it on the list. Who knows if it'll stay, but we're going to put CL62. So I'm going to counter...
CL72. It was
72.
in 62.
It was in 62.
Yeah.
Jeez. Get off. CL72 in 62. CL72. So I would say you want to do something on an older bike like that, but maybe a little bit more modern and probably more reliable. The old Stone Hammer, KLR 650.
Yeah.
Right?
It's nothing but reliable, for sure.
People have been crossing the world on those things since, I don't know, 82 or something like that.
30-something years.
Since I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
So a long time, long history. They never seem to fail anybody. And if they do, you can fix it with some baling wire, a hammer, and some needle nose pliers.
Yeah, that's a good choice. I've been in Baja on the KLR 650 and incident free, although slow the pace down a little bit. Be a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you're not
aware
gonna be,
of its size.
Yeah, you're not going to be setting any records, but you've got a big tank. It's carbureted, so there's a little bit less of electronic worries, and you can find all kinds of comfy stuff for them.
And you can fix it.
Yeah.
On the side of the trail, virtually no problem.
So I'm going to go ahead and put that up on there because I think it's a
choice.
worthwhile machine. So what do you got?
What do I got? How about every adventure rider in the world pictures himself doing the Baja on the GS Adventure. The BMW R1200 GS Adventure.
Yeah, sitting at Starbucks, drinking your latte.
No, yeah, that's what they. Yeah, that's where they sit and they
Dreaming of
dream.
Baja.
They look out
But
the window.
it's
but
highly
they have those
capable.
visions of western sunsets and
Yeah, I mean,
beautiful empty beaches.
true. And Baja and BMW actually, you can fulfill those dreams on that bike. That's the
Yeah.
funny part. Like everyone's kind of a poser that owns one. A lot of people are. I should say not everyone, but a lot of people are posers that own them.
Yep.
But the reality is the bike is actually
It's
capable.
super capable.
It's super capable. It backs up every bit of marketing and every bit of dreaming that everyone does about the bike. It can do it.
It's capable off-road. The GS Adventure suspension is very good off-road. 8 gallons of fuel, which gets you, I mean, depending on your riding style, you may get close to 300 miles.
Yeah.
And sometimes finding fuel can be an
tough.
issue.
It can be tough
Yeah.
in Baja for sure. Yeah. Okay, we'll put it on the list.
All right.
So, R1200 GS in any sort of form. So it could be an R1200 GS, it could be an R1250 GS, just basically any big GS is what we're talking
Well,
about.
yeah.
So maybe even 1100. But 1200 would be preferable.
Big tank.
Big tank.
Only the big tank.
Okay. Well, I just got back from Morocco
Okay.
riding the latest adventure bike out.
I'm envious. For
KTM
sure.
790 Adventure R.
Yeah.
That bike was ridiculous. I had known the bike was going to be good because of my previous station,
Yep.
my previous job, but it blew me away how good that bike is. The suspension is ridiculous. I mean, I've never ridden anything that has as good a suspension off-road that's an adventure bike. It's super thin. It handles like a dirt bike. So it really narrows the gap between a dual sport and an adventure bike for me. It's like kind of in between. Like if someone said, would you rather ride maybe, a smaller 500 EXC or that? I'm going to take that every time.
For the long miles and
Yeah,
the wind
'cause
protection. And
You got the wind protection. You've got an engine that can tow you along the freeway, be comfortable, and it, it's a really nice bike. It's not the prettiest bike.
No,
but yeah,
but
it doesn't
lots
matter
of
in
times
Mexico.
the adventure bikes are not the prettiest bikes.
No, not
It's
usually.
often you have to get comfortable with their looks.
Exactly. Yeah, they usually look better if you drop them and get them muddy than
Yeah.
when they come off the showroom floor. So we're going to build a pretty big list here, but I'm going to put it on there,
Okay.
and we can argue the difference quickly. So what's your next bike?
My next bike. I'm going to say the Ural. The Ural Sahara. I'm a big fan of that bike, two-wheel drive. The Ural Sahara with the off-road package.
Okay.
So you get extra crash bars. You have lots of storage, lots of lights, and you're not going to go fast.
You can take a bunch of stuff with you.
You can take a bunch of stuff,
Surfboard.
like my surfboard would go in the side, and a trunk full of tacos and beer
and your dog at the same time.
and your dog. You could take your dog, your surfboard, beer, everything, and still have some room left over.
I mean, I think you already know I'm a huge fan of the Ural.
There are a lot of huge fans of the Ural around this
Well,
building.
it's either you love it or you hate it in
Yeah.
this office, right? Like there's people that get on it and they're like, no, I'm absolutely not going to ride that thing. I don't want to
Yeah.
ride that thing. And then there's guys like us that are just like, why would you not want to ride that thing? It's so much fun. It's so cool. People are happy to see you on it. They want to ride with you on it. It just,
Even your grandmother, who's not a fan of motorcycles,
Yeah,
likes
everybody-
it, and she wants to
everybody-
go for
everybody
a ride.
loves it.
I thought you might agree with
and you
me.
knew I was going to agree
Yeah.
too. That's
I-
your thing. But I wouldn't say Sahara. I'd say a Gear Up.
All right,
I would say a Gear Up just because it's got all the goodies already and it's still two-wheel drive.
spare jerry can.
Yeah,
all
it's
of
got the
those
jerry can. It's got a shovel because you might need a shovel in
You might
in
need a
Mexico.
shovel. You
So
might.
I think the Gear Up. So I'm gonna go back to the bike that we shot the cover with, the Scrambler 1200 XE. Pretty rad bike.
Pretty
Covers
nice.
a lot of miles. It's comfortable, skinny tank, but I would put a steering damper on it.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
story, if you read the story, I get some pretty solid head shake on the thing.
Yeah, I had a
It's
moment
big
on
bike.
that as well.
Yeah. 70, 80 miles an hour, and it wags its head a little bit in the rocks. You get a little scared. So, I don't know. Since we're getting down on time, we got like 2.5 minutes left. Ural's kind of retro cool. Scrambler's retro cool. Which one of those two would you take?
I would stick with the Ural.
I think I'm gonna agree.
I would stick with the Ural.
As cool as that Scrambler
and I love the Scrambler.
I think it boots the Ural, but maybe it takes the KLR off the list or the CL72. I think we chuck the CL72 and we put the Scrambler.
Okay, yeah.
Deal?
That's
All right.
fair.
All right, so Scrambler, 1200.
Sorry, Dave.
Yep, sorry. Okay, hit me.
All right. Well, if you ride motorcycles and you like Baja, you obviously like the Baja 1000.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do your best Johnny Camel impression. Get yourself an XR 650R, and if you don't die kicking the thing over and over, you'll have a great time.
7 wins.
Well, the XR 650. No, yeah, Johnny Campbell has 11 wins, and the XR 650R has 7 wins.
7 wins.
In a row.
In a row. That's a pretty good pedigree. I was gonna say Kawasaki Kx 500 for the same reason.
Yeah. How many? How many wins?
From, I don't know. I don't even know how many to count. 88 to 96.
Is that 8?
8 in a row. I think 8 in a row. So it's
fair.
It's fair, but I think you're going to have better range on the XR than you would on the.
Yeah, maybe. It's not a fuel sipper. You definitely go through some gas.
True. I think KX 500 for cool factor because we never have any 2-strokes.
2-stroke it is.
Deal? All right. And the fastest dude of all time rode one, Danny Hamill.
Danny Hamill.
So KX 500 is just because of Danny Hamill more than anything. Okay. Let's jam, dude. We got 30 seconds.
Okay.
Hit me. Come on.
All right. Well, this one, I'm saving this one for last. And it is the ultimate off-road adventure bike of distance and performance. The KTM 450 Rally Replica.
The RR?
The RR.
You can't get one, though. You can't get one.
That depends. No one
You
ever
got a lot
has.
of cash? Yeah, no one ever has. They keep claiming that they're going to bring
say
the US,
that you
but
can
then
have
you
it.
don't. You got to have some pedigree. You got to be a racer to get
Yeah.
one, and you have to be a special racer in the United States to get one. I would say instead a Husqvarna 701 Enduro with an Omega Rally kit on it. It's going to have the rally style. It's going to have a bigger engine.
Okay.
It's going to be a little more roomy. You can put bags on it. And it's just going to be just as much rally. It's not going to have the performance.
It's going to be a little bit heavier.
Yes.
It's going to be a lot cheaper.
And it's obtainable. Yeah, it's going to be half the price.
It's going to be half the price.
So let's put that on the list real quick.
701
Enduro Rally.
Okay,
that's it. We've got, how many we got up here? We got 7, so we got to cut 2. What's got to go? I think KLR goes instead of R1200 GS.
Goes as in...
like KLR goes, R1200
goes to
GS.
Baja or
no,
drops off the list?
Gets out of Baja.
Okay,
Get
we've
out
got
of Baja.
yeah, that's fair.
Because you got this.
And given the choice, you would pick the BMW.
And then I would think it's between actually the 790 Adventure R and the 701 Enduro with a rally kit.
I haven't ridden the 790.
It's sick.
I've ridden with you, and I know you're a big fan. I know you're a good rider. I think maybe the smoothness of the parallel twin motor.
Twin works better.
All right.
Okay, that's it. That's our list. We're down to 5. Oh my God, we went over a minute and a half. Too much. Well, we're on Baja time.
We're on Baja time, yeah.
We're on Baja time, so it takes a little longer. Okay, that's our list. We've got a Triumph Scrambler 1200 XE, a Ural Gear Up because it comes with a shovel and the jerry can, an R1200 GS because it's just worldwide capable and has been proven so, KTM 790 Adventure R because it is completely badass and is a new level of adventure bikes.
New level of badassery.
Yes, and KX 500 because Baja Championships and Danny Hamill, fastest dude that ever rode a dirt bike. I think that's our list.
That's a pretty solid list.
All right.
I'm proud of it.
We got our list. That's it. 5 best bikes to go to Baja on. If you like what we're doing, hit the like button, subscribe, share with your friends, and if you have any suggestions for 5 best bikes, put them in the comments below. Let us know. Maybe we will run your list at one point. If we do, we'll give you a shout out. Thanks for watching.